Pregame show on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We get you set for another round of men's basketball today as they take on North Carolina Wesleyan. And Stephen, before we look too far ahead, obviously coming off a game against Brevard where Greensboro wins at overtime, 96-90. It was a game that really they got off to a slow start, down 8-0 to start the game and 18-4 at one point. Battled back to cut it to 3 at halftime and ended up winning in overtime.
Yeah, what a gutsy come from behind performance. Obviously, it was not the best start. They just they struggled on both ends of the floor, in the beginning of it. But I'd say it was a great job of it was really a team effort. The coaching staff making adjustments, the players executing those adjustments. You started to see some guys catch fire. Q Ingram had a really solid game, and of course Jeremiah Howard, just dominated really from start to finish.
Nigel Chivers as well.
Nigel Chivers, the freshman, he had a really solid game as that number 2 point guard. And then DJ Jackson, a quiet 15 points. He's one of those guys that, you'll see players and you're like, how did he get that many points?
Right.
It didn't seem like it. But he always seems to do that. And so DJ with another solid performance as well. So really a great team effort to come from behind. And it was good because, being a relatively young team without your veteran guys like Jalen Thorns and Nigel Stroman, they're out due to injury. To battle adversity, get through it, and come out with a win. I thought that was it was a good character building win.
Yeah, absolutely. And a quick note on DJ Jackson. He's now scored double figures in all 19 games for Greensboro College this year. You mentioned Jeremiah Howard, career high 24 points, 16 rebounds. And we'll talk to Coach McDuffie about him in a little bit. But it just really seems like the last couple of games he's started to come into his own. And the big thing, too, and we've talked about this a few times, is how important it is for him to stay on the floor. And I think right now, as much as we want to talk about his offense and his rebound prowess, the one thing I'm seeing, he's playing smart basketball right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's got to be something that they've talked about because, earlier this season it would be, he'd have 3 fouls in the first, 10 minutes, and then we wouldn't be able to play a lot of the game because he's in foul trouble. Well, the past month or so, it's not been the case. He's been a lot, smarter with how he attacks, somebody that's driving in the paint, or if he's one-on-one against somebody, he's, not maybe as aggressive and going for the block. And he doesn't have to be because he's so tall. His wingspan is long. So he's just done a great job on both ends of the floor. And he, like you said, if he stays on the floor, it's a massive difference maker because this team isn't, the depth-wise, there's not a whole lot of depth in the front court. And so, having Jeremiah out there is massive to the success of the team.
All right, time for a philosophical question. Is the three-point shot dead? Just kidding. We're not talking about that in broad terms, but as far as Greensboro College and their offensive philosophy goes, this is a team that all of a sudden is either not shooting the three or when they do, they're struggling to connect. They've made, I think it was 4 or 5 threes for the last 4 or 5 games, and it seems to me like they're shooting enough to keep the defense honest, but it's not really a focal part of the offense.
Sure, and I mean, I think that's something where Coach McDuffie probably knows his personnel, his players enough that if they're not going to be the greatest 3-point shooting team, and so this team, the strength of this team is really being able to drive to the basket and get those tough baskets. You look at DJ Jackson; he's so good at driving in the paint, getting the tough layup, the pull-up jump shot, leading the conference. And he has 2 3-pointers all year. And so just amazing, stat kind of, to know. But, it's not the best 3-point shooting team. And ultimately, sometimes that can come back to bite them. But they also are really strong in terms of getting in the paint and scoring. And so I think, Coach McDuffie talks about trying to get that defense, a little bit better. And I think if the defense can improve, you may not have to worry about the 3-point shot because you're not giving up as many points. So it goes hand in hand, defense and offense. But yes, it's not the greatest 3-point shooting team. They don't shoot a ton of threes, but they do kind of have that identity of get to the basket, and score or draw a foul and get to the free throw line. It's a tough team. It's not necessarily slow pace, but they're really a tough, gritty offense. And so I think if the defense could match that, boy, this team will be tough to stop.
Yeah, and kind of going along with that, this is a team that's really, really good on the offensive boards and getting second chance points as well. And a lot of that has to do with how tough they are inside around the basket. Stephen, last thing here for you. Greensboro College has lost 10 straight home games against North Carolina Wesleyan. They've not beat the Battling Bishops here at Haynes since 2014. This is a tough North Carolina Wesleyan team. How big would it be to come away with a win today?
That'd be huge. I mean, not only in the standings, but, like you said, to break that win streak for the team, confidence-wise, to beat a really good team, to beat a team they lost to earlier in the year. So it would mean a lot, to beat a team like NC Wesleyan. They're tough. Coach John Thompson has been there for a long time, so his system has been in place. These guys know exactly what Coach Thompson wants to do. So it's going to be an interesting battle for sure. They're going to have to defend, though, tonight. I mean, the defense is really going to have to come to play. And then, the difference from the first game to this game is they just got to limit turnovers. They turned the ball over a lot late in the first half in that first matchup. They've got to protect the basketball. But I think if those two things can happen, they can absolutely come away with the win. I mean, we saw Methodist, defeat NC Wesleyan just the other night. So any given night in this conference, I think anybody could beat anybody. And so, there's no reason why Greensboro couldn't win today. They just have to limit those turnovers and just, play smart basketball.
All right, we got a lot coming for you here in the pregame show. We've got highlights from Brevard. We're going to hear from Jeremiah Howard after that game, and then we'll hear from Coach McDuffie ahead of today's game against North Carolina Wesleyan, which is coming up here in just a little bit. It's the Pride, it's the Battling Bishops, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
No good, and going the other way now is Horton. Horton, left-hand side of the lane, underhand layup, good and one, and right now nothing working for the Pride defensively or offensively. The left wing, that's Brown, back up top, Baldwin three, that's good. First three made tonight for either team, it's 18-4. Ingram in the lane, a spin move, another contested shot, and good. You see the playmaking ability of Q Ingram here today. He's got all 8 of Greensboro's points. Greensboro a chance to tie or take the lead. Gray spinning left-hand side of the lane, layup, good, we're tied at 21. Chivers looking for help. Lobs this one down to Howard in the lane, goes up, and the two-hand finish. Brown trying to get around Howard, kicks this one out. There's a three, that's good from Carnes. Carnes has 13 points. It's 35-32, 40 seconds left. Jackson trying to drive on Carnes, picks up the dribble, has it almost taken away. Now to Howard, now to Ingram under the basket. Nice work from left to right. Q Ingram makes it 41-38. Looking for a cutting Horton, good and one. Horton here's a two and spins through a double team. Now taken by the Tornadoes, taken back by Gray. Gray, two-hand jam. It was sloppy, but Will Gray made it look good at the end, 55-50. Floor tries to air this one up to Howard. Howard in the lane through contact and gets it to go. Jeremiah Howard. Give him an A+ for degree of difficulty on that one. It's a three-point game. Has Ingram up top if he wants it. Ingram, three ball. Give it to him. Well, we don't have to try to see what the last time Greensboro was held off of the three-point column. Ingram, three ball. That one no good. Howard, though, offensive board. And the jam. Jeremiah Howard ties his career high with 19 points. Pass down low to Carnes. That one blocked by Howard. Jeremiah Howard with the swat. And they're going to say possession stays. No, they're going to switch it. First pointed towards Brevard. They switch it to Greensboro. Jackson pulls up three ball. Rattle again. Give it to him. DJ Jackson finally hits from downtown. Jackson working to the left. Slings this around Chivers. There's a three. Give it to him. McKnight crossing the timeline. Gray almost to steal. There it is. Jackson to Gray. Down. Will Gray with the jam. Chivers looking to go down low to Howard. That lob play has worked time and time again for the Pride. Jeremiah Howard now with 22 points. Jackson wanted to go down low to Howard. Can't find the lane for the pass, though. Gives it to Gray. Three ball, Will Gray. Give it to him. Will Gray has 13. And Greensboro goes up by 2. Dribbling with the right hand on McKnight, tries to go down low to Howard. Howard muscles his way up too strong, gets his own miss though, and the putback is good. Jeremiah Howard makes it a 3-point game as he continues to add on to a career-high night. 96-90, second free throw good. Baldwin racing up in the front court, pulls up, deep 3, no good. Gray with the board, and triple zeros on the clock. Well, Greensboro survives tonight in a wild one, 96-90. The tornado threat is over, and the Pride moved to 4-4 in conference play with a 96-90 win over Brevard in I think it's a great game, probably one of the best games we've seen. Hey, congratulations. Incredible game today. New career highs, 24 points and 16 rebounds for you. Just talk a little bit about what's been working for you here recently. It's been a really good stretch of games for you.
Well, first off, I would like to thank my teammates helping me out in practice, pushing me to be a more aggressive, more score-first mentality, dunk everything, you know. I want to thank my coaches also. They've been telling me you could be the most dominant player in this conference if you put your mind to it. So going into that with those wise words, been dominating ever since.
Well, you know, it certainly seemed like the play call today was lob it somewhere near the basket. Jeremiah's going to get his hands on it.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about just the confidence that your teammates have in you to say, hey, if we just throw it up there, that they know that you're going to be the one to come down with it.
It starts in practice, you know. We practice on that. You know, if I catch the ball, they want me to score it. They had the confidence in me knowing I'll put the ball in the basket, and I had the confidence in them knowing they'll get me the ball to put the ball in the basket.
This is obviously a Brevard team you guys played today that is sitting on the outside looking in for the postseason. So obviously they gave you their best shot today, and it certainly felt like a game that I said whoever lost this game was going to be disappointed, right? You know, this is one that could have gone either way. Tell me about the mindset for you guys in the huddle. How do you get this thing finished today?
We got to have a next play mentality. You know, you're going to make mistakes. Teams are going to go on runs. We can't let that dictate the rest of the game. We all know we are a very talented team. We know at the end of the day, just like other teams can go on runs, we can go on runs too. We got to put it together. We got to get stops. We got to keep a next play mentality. We got to keep attacking, do whatever it takes to get it done, but we will get it done.
Jeremiah, it looked like in the first half, Brevard was having a lot of success with that baseline cut. They were able to sneak behind the defense and find some separation underneath the basket. What kind of adjustments did you guys make at halftime to shut that down in the second half?
Communicating with each other. We realize it's us not making communications with each other. Often we'll get confused. We'll miscommunicate with each other, and it led to easy baskets for them. All we had to do was talk. Effort, too. It's got to take an effort. Once we did those things, came together, put them away.
Big game coming up on Saturday against North Carolina Wesleyan. How do you guys shift your focus and focus on the battle in Bishops now?
Last time we had a slow start against NC Wesleyan. We got to come out with an attack-first mentality. We know that they're a team we can't sleep on. We can't take them lightly. We have to attack first and attack often. Consistency as well. If you're open, you had that jump shot, you got to knock it down. We got to get to the free throw line. We got to get stops. We got to have energy, high energy from the start, high intensity from the start. Keep it going.
Continuing on with the Pride pregame show, I'm joined now by head coach Michael McDuffie. And, Coach, big overtime win against Brevard on Thursday. Walk me through what you saw.
Just a lot of grit. We had to fight. We didn't play our best ball, but I thought Jeremiah Howard, he gave us a big boost both in the interior and on the glass. So ugly, but conference wins, you got to take them how you can get them. So
I told you 3 questions. I'm going to sneak in a 4th one real quick. The first half, that baseline cut that Brevard was employing really was a struggle for you guys defensively. Talk about the adjustments you made at halftime.
We had a little bit of zone in there. Not my cup of tea, but we had to switch it up. They still were able to get some. They do an excellent job of running their offense. On our stance, we did a poor job of, 1, not being aware, and 2, not keeping our feet active. And you can't get caught ball watching against a team like Brevard. So I had to switch it up a bit. But again, we do got to do a better job of kind of being alert on the defensive end of the floor.
Talk about Jeremiah Howard, career highs in points and rebounds the last game. Last 4 games, he's averaging 16 points a game and 11 rebounds a game.
Well, we put a heavy emphasis on getting paint points, and I know Jeremiah's a big part of that. So we put an emphasis on getting him in the paint to where he can just turn and score. I thought our guards did an excellent job of looking for him, and conversely, I thought he did an excellent job of posting and making himself available and attacking the basketball when he receives it. So.
Tell us a little bit about what we're going to see from Wesleyan today and keys to the game. I know they're coming off a game against Methodist, which was not their best showing, despite being one of the better teams in the conference.
We got to be ready to go. There's a reason why Wesleyan is in the mix every single year. But first and foremost, we got to be ready to battle, and we got to be ready to play physical. A lot of looks we got. There's going to be a lot of resistance. So it's going to be up to us to kind of match or exceed the physicality part of it. And then the other part of it is we got to execute. I didn't think we did a very good job at all the first time we played Wesleyan, the first time around. Taking care of the basketball was an issue. So those are going to be big things going into the game today.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today.
Appreciate it.
And we welcome you into Haynes Gym for today's Greensboro College men's basketball game. It's the Pride and it's the Battling Bishops coming up. Both of these teams coming off overtime games. For Greensboro, a win. For North Carolina Wesleyan, a loss. And we'll break it down for you here in just a moment. We're getting set for the national anthem, but we'll get this one started. The Pride and the Battling Bishops next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Two teams with a little something to prove here. North Carolina Wesleyan with a loss against Methodist on Thursday, a game in which they were trailing by 20-plus at halftime but forced overtime. Greensboro still trying to push their way and solidify their spot in the USA South Tournament this year. Both these teams currently in, but certainly would love to make themselves a little more comfortable here today. Good afternoon, everyone. Kendrick Fruits, Jayshawn Ayala here with you on the Greensboro College Sports Network, and let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First off, for the visiting Battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan, their starting lineup looking a little something like this. Number 1, DJ Cox. He is a senior guard from Greenville, North Carolina, averaging 5.8 points per game. Number 7, Rashad Smith. He is a junior guard from Washington, North Carolina, averaging 14.8 points per game. Fisayo Adebempe, a junior guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, averaging 1.2 points per game. Nasir Johnson, the number 2 scorer in the USA South, a sophomore guard from Burlington, 17.7 points per game. And James Jones, a junior guard from Wilmington, averaging 10.1 points per game. For Greensboro College today, it looks like this. DJ Jackson, the leading scorer in the conference, 18.3 points per game, a junior guard from High Point, North Carolina. Number 10, Jeremiah Howard. We'll talk about him plenty, 7.6 the points per game. He's a sophomore forward from Concord. Number 12, Will Gray, a junior guard from Winston-Salem, averaging 12.2. Number 14, Ryan Roberts, a senior forward from Burlington, averaging 5.9. And number 32, Dwight Vincent, a freshman guard, averaging 9.5. And he is from Durham, North Carolina. Jay Sean, we bring you in here. Who are we looking at today?
Yeah, I'm excited to see the number 1 scorer in the conference, DJ Jackson. I want to see him against the number 2 scorer in the conference, Nasir Johnson. And I think it's just going to be a great battle of some great guards, 2 of the best around. Excited to see DJ do his thing.
Important to note, no Q Ingram today, dealing with a upper body injury, and so hoping it's not going to keep him out for an extended period of time, but he is not available today. So you see something we didn't see in the last game, Jay Sean, and that's Ryan Roberts and Jeremiah Howard sharing the floor.
Yeah, I'm excited, especially against a small ball lineup for Wesleyan, to see the 2 forwards in the lineup and give them a size advantage.
Tip-off goes from Howard to Roberts. Greensboro with possession to start this one. We're underway. Thank you for spending some of your Saturday afternoon with us. Greensboro in the white jerseys with the green numbering and trim. Wesleyan in the blue jerseys with white numbering and trim. Vincent in the right wing, up top to Jackson now. Roberts hands off to Gray. Out to DJ Jackson. He'll pull up from 3. Too strong. Rebound soars is DJ Cox. He comes down with it. Rashad Smith now to Cox, back to Smith. Picks up his dribble. And also looks like a change from the starting lineup as that shot is good. It's Justin Burton, not Fasayo Adebimpe, in the lineup. So Justin Burton hits on the first basket of the game. Howard up top. Now to Jackson in the lane, picks up his dribble, out to Roberts. He's got a wide open 3-ball, no good. Howard, though, offensive board, offensive putback. Well, it may not be Thursday anymore, Jay Sean, but it's the same Jeremiah Howard.
Yeah, just classic Jeremiah Howard. Get the board, go right back up with it strong. That's just a very strong take from a very strong forward.
There's a 3 almost straight on, no good. There from James Jones, and Greensboro on the run. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass from Jackson down low to Howard. Contested shot, no good. The tip goes. Jeremiah Howard, 4 points for the Pride. They take a 4-2 lead. We mentioned Greensboro coming off that 96-90 win on Thursday. Good spin move there from Rashad Smith to get around DJ Jackson and tie the game at 4. Well, it's early February as Jackson pulls up. That one good. Leading scorer in the conference is Pure from just inside the arc. Greensboro leads 6-4.
DJ Jackson always had a great mid-range game. Just a great step-up mid-ranger for the lead.
These two teams working quickly offensively. Interesting to note as there is a straight-on 3 good from Rashad Smith. 7-4 Bishops. Both of these teams currently in a postseason spot. Wesleyan, the number 2 seed if the tournament were to start today. Greensboro is the 5, but just a half game behind Methodist. Lob down low to Howard. That's blocked from behind by Burton, but he'll be called for the foul. So, Jay Sean, it's an important game for both teams. Wesleyan trying to come back from a game against Methodist where they showed a lot of resolve, but ultimately for the Battle in Bishops, their goal is don't fall down by 20-plus in the first half, and they're not doing that right now.
Yeah, no, they don't want to dig themselves in another hole that they dug themselves in against Methodist, especially an important one as Jeremiah Howard misses the first one. An important one here against the Pride. If Greensboro wins this game, this pushes them within 1 game deficit between Wesleyan and Greensboro, which is going to be very important when it comes to conference seeding.
And depending on what happens today, both here and in the Methodist game, as Howard uncharacteristically misses both free throws, Greensboro has a chance to move up to the 4 spot today. Still a long way to go in this game as Burton contested shot. Howard had it, lost it, and coming away with the offensive board is DJ Cox. So a second chance offensively here for the Battle in Bishops. Smith throws near side. Now back up top to Smith. There's a 3. That's off the side iron, no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by North Carolina Wesleyan.
With the lineup that Wesleyan is putting out, kind of small ball, all guards, if you will. They do have one tall guard, 6'4", but they're going to try to push the floor on breaks, get out fast on breaks against a rather tall lineup for the Pride.
Roberts with it up top, asking Jackson to come to him. He does. Now up to Howard. Vincent up top to Jackson. We're going to talk a little bit about the three ball and where it's gone, Jay Sean, for this Greensboro team, as Howard almost had it taken away. 3 here from Gray. That's good. Give it to him. The Pride aren't shooting a lot of threes right now, enough to keep other teams honest, but Will Gray reminds you, hey, we can make them.
Very timely talking point there, Kendrick. As 20 goes up for a shot, he'll get the mid-ranger to go. But the three ball, as you said, is going to be very important. We've seen it kind of go away in the last couple of games. I'd love to see Dwight Vincent get back on track in this one.
Yeah, he's the big one. Was leading the conference in three-point shooting percentage. Now second in the category as Gray picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Quick touches around to the outside. Three ball from Jackson. Give it to him. 12-9 Greensboro. By the way, the Wesleyan basket sandwiched between the last 2 threes for the Pride was Nasir Johnson, who is second in the conference in scoring. That's him, number 20, with the ball right there, so keep an eye on him today. Here's a 3 from the left wing, a little bit off the mark there from Burden and out of bounds. That'll take us to the under 16 timeout. A little more high scoring than what we've seen recently here at Haynes Gym. It's 12-9 in favor of the Pride at the media timeout on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
$15:39 to go first half. Greensboro leading at 12-9. And again, we were talking about a little bit before the break, Jay Sean. Pride not afraid to shoot the 3 right now. 2 out of 4 in the early going.
Yeah, and we've seen it go away, but I'd love to see it right back here, especially when you have the number 2 shooter in the conference, Dwight Vincent, on the floor, freshman. Love to see him get involved in this one.
And I think the big thing, too, think about how much more that would open up Jeremiah Howard if all of a sudden you do start hitting from downtown. Shot there by Johnson, no good. Gray wrestling the rebound away from Cox. Gray looking for help, splitting between a couple defenders. That one, tough shot at the rim, but a foul called, and it should be Nasir Johnson picking up the foul. I tell you what, Will Gray was looking for Dwight Vincent at first, and then when he didn't get the cut he wanted, he said, I'll take it myself.
Yeah, he had it himself. We know Will Gray, a great facilitator. He's going to get to the rack whenever he wants, and especially if he can get to the line.
67% is Will Gray from the line this year. Free throw good, the first made free throw by the Pride. I tell you what, there are legends in the building today. Lots of Greensboro College alumni. Had a chance to speak with Clarence Caldwell earlier today, the all-time leading scorer and rebounder here at Greensboro College. When you talk about the GOAT of GOATs, he is that for Greensboro College basketball.
We love to see alumni come back into Haynes Gym.
Foul on Zaquan Bowling on the floor, so the basket will not count. 14-9 is the score. Also, speaking of legends, how about John Thompson in his 31st year as the head coach for North Carolina Wesleyan, 474 career wins.
Wow.
So, as if the lights weren't bright enough here, playing in front of some of the best to ever do it. Bowling with it, sends it up to Gray. Will Gray backing towards the logo, now to Jackson, now to Bowling, down low to Roberts. Almost saved it from going out of bounds, but not quite. It's a turnover. Pride did a really nice job protecting the basketball, only committed 7 turnovers against Brevard on Thursday.
I saw a lot of great things team-wise from the Pride against Brevard that I'd love to see carry into this one.
Smith bounce pass down into the lane. That's Marquand Gilbert. Gilbert now trying to get around Bowling. Shot's no good, and Zaquan's going to pick up his second foul in the last minute or so. No substitutions coming here for Greensboro, so heading to the line is Amari Bolden.
That's one thing that I would like to see as Bolden gets the first to go. One thing I would like to see continue into this game, we kind of stayed out of a lot of foul trouble, especially there in that second half against Brevard, which turned out to be very valuable late in those minutes. See, we'll get the second to go as well. Now 14-11.
And here comes the substitution, Jeremiah Howard, as Greensboro's lead is down to 3. Gray to Vincent. You mentioned it. That's a guy you'd like to see get going. Jackson up top now to Roberts' right wing. Hands it off to Gray. Gray driving with the left hand. Pulls up at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Vincent. Thought about a 3. That lane closed up quickly. And now Gray calling his shot. Shot clock down to 5. Gray can't get any separation. Slings it to Roberts. He's got to put it up. That one just hits off the front of the rim. I don't know if it was a pass or a shot attempt from Roberts. Either way, here comes Wesleyan. Bolden gives it to Cox. Now over to the far side. That's Smith. Rashad Smith down towards, that's Gilbert. Gilbert trying to go over Howard. He does. That's a tall order, no pun intended. 14-13 now. Greensboro's lead 1.
Not often you see that. Someone going up top of Howard. We'll see how they deal with the size of Howard down low.
Greensboro has been struggling the last couple possessions to get a little separation and get good looks as Jackson's pass intended for Vincent swatted out of bounds by Smith. You saw them, they bled off way too much time on the shot clock the last possession. Already down to just 14 seconds left this time, and really no good penetration so far, although Vincent pulls up from the baseline and drains it. Dwight Vincent just 5 out of 25 over the last 5 games, including 2 of 12 from 3. And although that wasn't a 3, sometimes all it takes is just to get one in.
Exactly. Even after that cold streak, still stands as the second best three-point shooter in the conference.
Loose ball in the lane, and a foul called. I think they're going to get either Vincent or Gray. It's going to be Vincent, who was kind of trailing the ball and was boxed out by a blue jersey. And he's going to pick up the foul, which for Gray will be his first personal and team foul number 3. Gilbert bounce pass down low. Smith is good right under the lane. Right under the basket, rather, 16-15. Gray handling point guard duties here. We kind of saw DJ Jackson start the year as the point guard, but recently they've been trying to get him moved around and try to create some shots for him like they do there. 3-ball Jackson. That's no good. Soaring for the board is Cox.
Yeah, I do like that decision, though. It's led to DJ being the top scorer in this conference. Kind of gives him more opportunities to just go out there and be a pure bucket getter.
Johnson with it up top. Pulls up straight on 3. In and out, and Howard had it. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Wesleyan ball. They're going to say Howard touched it last. He's saying he had it poked out of his hands. .22 to go. It is a busy USA South slate today. We'll get you updated on those games here in a little bit. Kind of the time of year, Jay Sean, some people hate it, but I love it. You get to scoreboard watch a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of different sports going on soon, too.
Yeah, crossover season for us starts on Wednesday. Softball kicking off the spring sports. This one's sent outside here to Bolden. Bolden now in the lane, pulls up, shot no good. And loose ball is scooped up by Vincent. There's a turnover right at the lane. Bolden goes up and in. Vincent, a little bit of a careless pass there to Chivers, and Bolden read it, stole it, and laid it in. Wesleyan regains the lead 17-16. Nigel Chivers with it at the right wing in the lane, now sends it out to Jackson. Jackson's going to pull up a long 2 is good. And DJ puts Greensboro back out in front. He's got 7 points.
See Nigel Chivers checks in there to play the point guard. Kind of an extended role recently. Played a good game. Kind of a good floor general. 6-man type of point guard.
Rashad Smith with it. Deep in the left wing, now to Gilbert. Gilbert getting around Jackson, and contested shot at the lane. Vincent's going to be called for the foul, which will be his second. And DJ Jackson a little unhappy too. I think saying that they pushed off of him before driving into the lane. But it'll take us to the under 12 timeout. 11:08 to go. Greensboro's lead is 18-17 on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
As we bring you back in here, 11:08 to go. Jay Sean, you corrected me there in the break, and I appreciate it. Men's lacrosse actually kicks off the spring season today. They're down in Atlanta taking on Oglethorpe, so good luck to Coach Bates and company.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what type of year they had. Successful year last year. Excited to see what they do in this year.
Also in Greensboro College Athletics, women's basketball about to start. They're on the road at Salem today. Women's wrestling is in Kentucky this afternoon. Gilbert's first free throw good, ties the game at 18. Also in men's hoops around the conference, William Peace defeated Mary Baldwin earlier today. Elsewhere, SVU has an early lead on Pfeiffer, and Brevard is beating Methodist right now. So if Greensboro wins and Brevard hangs on to theirs, the Pride move up into the number 4 spot. So we'll keep an eye on that today. Still a long ways to go. Second free throw, no good. Pass down low to Howard. Howard called for the travel, one step too many as he glided towards the basket. So a turnover there. And North Carolina Wesleyan with a chance to break the tie. Smith sends it over to Bolden. Now back up top to Johnson. Long pass into the corner. Bolden thought about a three. Goes in the lane through contact of Howard. Shot's no good. Ball goes all the way up to the scoreboard. And it's going to be Greensboro basketball. I don't know that I've ever seen a carom quite like that here. No. In volleyball, yes. Speaking of which, I saw a couple of the volleyball team here earlier. Kelsey Brooks here.
Shout out to an incredible volleyball team.
Absolutely.
Some of the more impressive sports feats I've seen.
DJ Jackson pulls up from a step inside the arc. That one swirls around the rim, no good. Roberts, though, with the offensive board. He's contested, now kicks it out to Jackson. Three, give it to him. Ryan Roberts was bothered at the rim, couldn't really get a shot off, and just pushed it out to Jackson. It worked out for the Pride. 21-18. As Wesleyan now working around the perimeter. It's Smith looking up top to Bolden. Slings it over to Johnson. Johnson working on his scoring counterpart, Jackson. Now Roberts switches to pick him up. Now down low to Burden. Burden trying to work through a double team and lays it in right at the buzzer.
Something interesting from DJ Jackson we're seeing here in this one. He's only got 3 made three-pointers on the year. He's got 2 already in this one, which will push his season total to 5.
Jeremiah Howard has the ball taken away by Johnson. Johnson long feed up ahead to Smith. Smith to Gilbert and the jam. Marquand Gilbert emphatically putting the Battling Bishops up by 1.
Lob City there from the Battling Bishops. It's hard to defend that.
Chivers with an off-balance shot. That's good. Well, I'll tell you what, when you get a healthy Q Ingram back, you bring Chivers in as well. You talk about the impressive, you talk about a shot creation in the last game. Greensboro's got some freshmen who can do that.
Yeah. That freshman guard room very deep. A lot of shot creators. It's out of bounds. It'll go to the Pride. But as I was saying, Chivers in an expanded role. We're seeing what he can do shot creating wise with Q Ingram. Feeling a little bit under the weather today. So Chivers looking forward to a big game from him.
Jalen Thorns checks in for the Pride. He's been kind of in and out of the lineup this year as he's been battling some nagging injuries. This will be his first game since January 17th.
Thorns, though, early on in the year, he was a starter. Played a couple great games, but dealing with some injuries here.
Another turnover here. Long run up ahead for the Battle and Bishop. Saved there by James Jones. Now gives it out to Bolden. One thing we didn't see in the Brevard game that we're seeing today, Pride being a little careless with the basketball early on. Jones up top to Burden. Now over to the left corner. Bolden trying to work the baseline. Slings this one out. Burden gets past Bowling in the lane. Contested shot redirected there by Thorns. Offensive rebound, though, from Smith. Kicks this one out for Bolden. That's off the side iron. No good. But Gilbert with another offensive board. Trying to work on Thorns. Throws it out. But a foul called underneath the basket. It's going to be DJ Jackson who picks up his first. Lots of happenings underneath the basket there. Takes us to our under 8 timeout, 7:52 to go, and it's 23-22 Pride on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina, so the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here, like I had never watched a sport, I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Fans, Greensboro College Athletics proud to announce a new sponsorship with Country Barbecue. Country Barbecue has been in business since 1975 and is now a preferred restaurant partner of Greensboro College Athletics. Check them out today on Facebook at Country Barbecue. That's Country BBQ. $7:52 to play first half. Greensboro leading 23-22. Pride are shooting 60% from the floor and 3 of 7 in the first half from 3 after going 0 for 5 in the first half from beyond the arc in Thursday's win. Smith to inbound. Bounce pass down low to Burden and a whistle in the lane. It's a turnover going the other way to Greensboro. The Pride have committed 5 turnovers already in the first half. Just a little bit past midway. Jackson in the right wing, looking to get it down low to Bowling, who's got it now on the baseline. Bowling works his way up top to Roberts, now to Jackson. Greensboro slinging around the perimeter. 3-ball Chivers, that's off the mark. Thorns had it, lost it, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Thorns. Well, Greensboro talked about the fact that Thursday's game was a back-and-forth affair where it felt like you never got a chance to catch your breath. Today feels like more of the same. Foul called on a travel. Chivers looked aghast almost, thinking, how is that a foul? And then he saw what the official called and he smiled.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul too, but turns out pivot foot slides, that's a travel.
Bowling with it up top. Slings it to Chivers, now trying to work towards the left baseline. Pull-up jumper short. And coming down with it is Justin Burton. Long feed up ahead to Jones. Jones trying to dribble behind the back. Had it, lost it. Shot from the free throw line, good. Rattling home there is James Jones, 24-23. Thorns up top to Bowling. Bowling straight on three ball, no good. Roberts pokes this out to Chivers. Great job giving Greensboro a second possession. Now kicks it back around the corner to Chivers. Three ball, nope, too strong. Oh, it went in! It kicked high off the iron and dropped in.
That almost touched the shot clock, but it gets right in the rim. Three-pointer.
Thank you for proving me wrong, Nigel Chivers. 26-24 Greensboro. Baseline jumper, no good there from Gilbert. Jackson with the rebound goes the other way. Jackson kicks it out to Jalen Thorns. He'll tee up a three. That's no good off the back iron. Rebound by Johnson. Well, Greensboro, 4 out of 9 from three-point range now. Johnson trying to go with the left-hand layup. That's a nifty shot. Tied at 26. Johnson has 4. DJ Jackson has 10. Slings this to Chivers in the right corner. Chivers trying to back down Jones. Now up top. Check that. That's Smith. Jackson slings it to Thorns. Thorns to Roberts. Shot clock down to 5. Chivers back to Roberts. No, that one's tipped and turned over. Lob up ahead to Smith. Smith easy layup, and Wesleyan goes back on top. The 6th Greensboro turnover. Pride have had miscommunication a couple of times that have turned into easy Wesleyan baskets. Bowling down low to Roberts. Roberts, the easy put in. Tied up at 28. Points off turnovers, 8 for the Battling Bishops right now. Greensboro has 0.
Pride turning the ball over a little bit more for their liking, and Battling Bishops, they're capitalizing off that. That's all you can do off these turnovers. You got to get the points.
Johnson drives on Roberts, now pulls up. Mid-range jumper, that's clean. Nasir Johnson has 6. It's a 2-point lead for the Bishops.
You don't want to see Johnson get into a groove. Number 2 scorer in this conference has been kind of quiet early on as we'll get a foul. It's on number 7 for the Bishops, but if Johnson can get going, that's just going to be a huge threat for the Pride.
Yeah, Rashad Smith, as Nigel Chivers got around him, just kind of swatted at him. And that'll be team foul number 3. Will Gray checking back in for the Pride. Roberts slings it out to Jackson. The Pride trail by 2. But with how fast-paced this game's been, that could change in an instant. And it does. Give it to him. DJ Jackson hits his 3rd three, tying his season mark, or tying his season total, I should say. Pride up by 1.
DJ can add a consistent three-pointer to his game. He just becomes an even bigger threat for opposing defenses.
DJ Cox is checked back in for the Battling Bishops. Up top, it's Bolden, now Smith. Smith deep in the right wing with Gray on him. Sends this over to Jones. Jones, deep 3-ball. That's off the side iron, no good. I almost spoke too soon. Roberts comes away with the board. Will Gray goes to Thorns in the corner. Back up to Gray, now to Jackson up top. Jackson doesn't take the bowling screen. And Gray has it poked away by Smith. Again, Greensboro been a little careless with the ball. Bowling ends up on the ground. There's a foul. And Bowling is the guilty party, as that takes us to the under 4 media timeout. 31-30, the Greensboro lead here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Back at Haynes Gym, Kendrick Fruits, Jayshawn Ayala here with you. 3:24 to go until halftime. Before we get started, again, probably should just mention, swim team had their senior day canceled due to the winter weather we've been experiencing recently. So we will recognize their seniors both in the gym and on the broadcast at halftime. So stick around as we salute our swim team seniors during the halftime break here today. Back in action, here's Jones off balance from the left side of the lane, no good. DJ Jackson with a rebound and a little attitude at the end of that. DJ didn't appreciate the physical nature. The North Carolina Wesleyan was challenging him for that board. Vincent with it up top to Jackson, now slings it to Jalen Thorns. We mentioned Thorns, his first action in about 3.5 weeks. Foul called, that's going to be on Cox, and that will be his first. Foul number 4 on the Battle of Bishops. I tell you, this is kind of similar to Thursday's game in the sense that while Greensboro may be playing sloppily with the basketball, both teams are being fairly smart with the fouls right now. Robert spin move in the lane, creates all kinds of space, lays it in. Thorns almost with the steal on the inbound, and it's Bolden now with it quickly on the front court for the Battle of Bishops. Jones slings it to Johnson. Johnson backing up on Vincent, now working a little bit towards the middle. Pulls up just inside the arc. That one, no good. Offensive board, though, by Jones. Had it, lost it. Thorns up ahead to Jackson. Greensboro does not have numbers. It's 3-on-2. Jackson throws this one into the lane. It's intercepted. Well, hustle there from Roberts. Nope, taken away by Smith. On the run of the Bishops, they've got a 3-on-2. Quick feed to Jones. Quick lay-in, 33-32. Well, a lot happening there. I'm going to steal your phrase from Thursday, Jayshawn. That was just a chain of events.
Just a chain of events, but did not end up in the Pride's favor this time.
33-32, under 2 minutes to go. In fact, 100 seconds left on the first half clock. Will Gray with it, pulls up 3 ball. Give it to him, Will Gray. Will Gray, 2 of 2 from 3. He's got 8 points. And Greensboro will expand the lead to 2 possessions.
Just completely flipped the switch from last game. We were talking at halftime on Thursday about how the Pride weren't really shooting the 3-ball well, but here we'll be talking about a different story.
Rebound layup no good. Ryan Roberts soars for the rebound. Pride have already surpassed last game's 3-point total. Gray almost lost it. He does. Roberts swats it away. It goes out of bounds. Amari Bolden with the steal. Will Gray's turned it over, or that'd be his first turnover, but the 9th for the team. Minute and 5 seconds remain in the first half. Smith crossing the timeline to Johnson. Johnson again clean on the jumper, 36-34. He's got 8 points, though. All things considered, Greensboro's done a decent job with him. Chivers up top to Jackson, slings it to Jalen Thorns. Thorns on the baseline. Nope, there's a whistle first. And a foul called. That's going to be on Amari Bolden, and that'll be his second. Potentially the last offensive possession for the Pride of the half. Thorns in the left corner, picks up his dribble, off balance, fade away, no good. Roberts tries to swat the rebound out, but it's going to be taken by Smith. 2 seconds between the shot clock and game clock.
Huge defensive possession from the Pride. If you get a stop here, take a lead into halftime, you bring some serious momentum going into the second half.
Wesleyan bleeding most of this off right now. Smith cleans off his shoes. And now the Battle of Bishops go into motion. Smith crossing over on Vincent, picks up the dribble, off-balance shot from the free throw line, no good. And the rebound taken by Chivers, and that will do it for halftime. An eventful first half. Greensboro comes away with a 2-point lead, 36-34. Again, we're going to keep it here for the Senior Day swim presentation. While we're waiting on them to get started, Jay Sean, because I don't know how much time this is going to end up eating, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that first half. What'd you see?
Yeah, I thought the Pride shot the three ball very well. It's just a completely different story from what we've seen in a couple games this year. They're shooting 50% from beyond the arc today, and that's a big thing. When you shoot good from beyond the arc, you open up one of your best scorers in Jeremiah Howard down low. Haven't seen much of him today. Maybe that's what they try to go after second half. I think they need to be a little bit more clean with the ball, not as many turnovers, but you take a lead into the second half with momentum, and I think you did a lot of things well in that first half.
I think one of the big things for me in that first half, while Greensboro did a lot of things right, for me, I think, Wesleyan has been very aggressive defensively. They forced 9 turnovers right now. So if you're the Pride, how do you take advantage of an aggressive defense?
Yeah, you take aggressive advantage of an aggressive defense with some quick cuts. We saw Brevard doing that, maybe some V cuts, some backdoor cuts. They're trying to jump these passes. If you jab one way, cut backdoor, you create open looks.
Absolutely. And, I think, we saw, you mentioned the three-point shooting for Greensboro and DJ Jackson specifically. You can really go one of two ways with this. Either A, this still works in the second half, or you make Wesleyan make the adjustments to guard the perimeter, and that does open up Jeremiah Howard down low. So really, if you're Coach McDuffie, you're kind of sitting in the driver's seat right now because you can go either way with this.
Yeah, you know that your team is shooting the three ball very well, and you also know you have a great paint game with some great forwards. Roberts, I think he's doing a great job down low today. But in terms, if I'm the Wesleyan coach, what could you really do here? Because if you make the adjustment to play the three ball, you're kind of more vulnerable to letting Jeremiah Howard just take over, and we know how good he is when he takes over a game.
Right now, neither team really getting to the free throw line. Wesleyan 3 of 4 in the first half. Greensboro just 2 of 4. So, kind of the game plan on Thursday, which was get to the line. Greensboro's not doing that a ton right now. But I think for me, one of the big things, especially because you look on paper coming into this game, and if you told me to give you a preview in one sentence, I would have said Wesleyan wins, but it'll be a good game. I think on paper, they're just a little bit better in a lot of categories. But for right now, I think Greensboro's done a good job of just negating some of the things that Wesleyan does well. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on Nasir Johnson. Obviously, when he shoots, he doesn't miss. But for the Pride, they're doing a decent job of just not giving him shot opportunities.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job of just limiting his looks. Yes, he's going to go up with those mid-ranges, and most of the time he's going to make them, but not letting him get much space off ball. I think it starts with that. That's key. When you don't let one of the best scorers get space off ball, he can't get open in the first place. I think they did a great job of that. So I think the way they're handling him in the first half, they need to carry that into the second half, because you know that if you're North Carolina Wesleyan, you're looking for your guy, and it's been Nasir Johnson all year.
Well, right now, as we're still waiting on Senior Day to get started, let's continue on with the halftime program. Women's basketball trailing 12-14 right now at Salem. 5 points for Ari Ingram, including one 3-point shot so far. But again, they still have 3.5 to go in the first quarter, so still plenty of time for the Pride against Salem today in Greensboro. Both women's and men's teams kind of in a similar situation as far as where they are in the standings, one or two games to the good. And women's basketball, a big one today against Salem.
Yeah, if they can take that win, puts them in a great position in terms of conference standings. But even bigger than that, momentum going into the conference championship. Those coming up soon. March Madness coming up soon. Super excited to see what the girls can do out there.
Men's lacrosse, you mentioned getting the season started at Oglethorpe today, a 4 o'clock start for that one, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll probably be off the air, but we'll be watching it when we get home today. And then, of course, we have men's and women's basketball on Monday. Women here at Haynes Gym as they take on Methodist at 6 o'clock. Men are on the road at William Peace that day. Speaking of men's basketball, let's swing around the conference. William Peace defeating Mary Baldwin earlier today, 71-56, the final score. 4 players in double figures for the Pacers. Late in the first half, Southern Virginia leading Pfeiffer 40-30 the score in that one. Ballstedt with 11 points to lead the Knights. And then Methodist trailing Brevard. This is big. Brevard leading it 44-32 with 56 seconds remaining in the first half. Jaden Carnes with 10 points to lead the Tornadoes right now. 8 points for Williams to lead Methodist, but right as we mentioned, Brevard up by 14, 12 rather, make it 14 as Twain Wilson lays that one in. And, that's out of all the games that we're probably keeping an eye on today, that is, I would say, the biggest one, because if you look at the standings right now, Methodist is a half game ahead of Greensboro, so second place could potentially switch hands today. We're going to go ahead and turn this over to Senior Day for swimming, and we'll be back with more here in a moment on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. Greensboro College leading 36-34 at the break. First half stats for the Battling Bishops as follows. Smith leading with 9 points, 8 for Johnson, 5 for Gilbert, 4 each for Burden, Jones, and Bolden. Leading rebounder today, Smith with 3, 2 each for Cox, Burden, and Johnson, 1 for Bolden. Assist leader is Smith with 3, and then 4 players with 1, Cox, Burden, Johnson, and Smith. Check that, and Gilbert. 2 steals for Jones, 2 for Bolden, 1 each for Burden and Johnson. No blocks for the Battling Bishops. They're shooting 46% from the floor and just 1 of 6 from 3. That's 16.7%, 3 of 4 from the line. Comparatively, Greensboro winning the rebound battle 17-13, including 4 offensive boards that they've turned into 10 points. North Carolina Wesleyan 5 offensive boards and no second chance points. Assists go 8-7 for the Pride. Turnovers 9-3. Greensboro has struggled in that category today with taking care of the basketball. Bench points go 9-5 in favor of the Battling Bishops. Fast break points also to North Carolina Wesleyan, 8-2. Steals go 6-0 to North Carolina Wesleyan. Points off turnovers 12-0. Points in the paint 22-8. The Pride have been dominated inside early in the early going so far today. For Greensboro, shooting 14 of 25. That's 56% from the floor, 50% from 3. That's 6 out of 12, and 2 of 4 from the line. Individually for the Pride, DJ Jackson, the conference leading scorer with 13 points, 8 points for Will Gray, 5 for Chivers, 4 each for Howard and Roberts, 2 for Dwight Vincent. Leading rebounder today is Roberts with 5, Howard with 2, Gray and Jackson both with, Howard with 3. Gray and Jackson both with 2, 1 each for Vincent, Thorns, and Chivers. No steals, no blocks for the Pride, and it all adds up to a 36-34 lead for Greensboro. Jay-Sean, what numbers stand out to you in the first half?
Yeah, I think DJ Jackson shooting 3 of 5 from 3. I think that's very impressive. I think if he can add that to his game already, the best scorer in the conference, doesn't really shoot the 3-ball much, but in a more broad aspect of it, you open up a defense that's going to want to play you more beyond the arc. And you can get Jeremiah Howard and Ryan Roberts more mixed in down low, as you said, kind of getting dominated in paint points in the first half. So I think now that DJ's shooting the 3-ball very well so far, the team as a whole shooting the 3-ball, it's going to be closer for the offense.
All right, we'll step aside one last time. Second half when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Well, just a little side topic, Jay-Sean, something we were just talking about in the break. You would talk about how important it is, the fact that Greensboro could move up to the number 4 spot today. In the 16 playoff, the 1 and 2 seeds get a first-round bye. So, in theory, the Pride would host a first-round game if they were able to move up into either the number 3 or number 4 spot. So today, a chance to get past Methodist, that's a big deal.
Yeah, what's so unique about a 16 playoff is, yes, the 1 and 2 seed both get byes and then a home playoff game after that, but even as a 3 or a 4 seed, you're kind of still seeing a huge advantage because you're able to play in front of the home crowd. So if you're able to win this and slide into that 4 spot, maybe match up with an opponent you've already beat in the season, this win is huge.
As it stands, the Pride are the number 5, which would put them playing Pfeiffer in the second round, or would get them to play, I think, Wesleyan. It would be a rematch with Wesleyan, who's currently the 3 seed. As the second half underway, shot no good there from Cox. Actually checked that they would play Methodist as the would be a 4-5 game is how that would end up shaking out. But again, still a long way to go. So let's get back to the action at hand. Jackson to Gray. No score here in the second half, a little over 30 seconds deep. Roberts to Gray. Working on the baseline, kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson gathers 3 ball. That just grazes the front iron. Offensive board there by Howard and a jump ball called as he is tied up with Burton. Yeah, doing the math was never my strong suit. They're trying to project all the seedings. So let's just go back to this. I can do this. Jackson pulls up inside the arc. Shot's no good. 2 battling Bishops fighting for the rebound. Rashad Smith comes down with it and gives it to Johnson up ahead. Smith puts Jones in motion. Now back to Jones up top. Jones to Johnson deep in the left wing. Johnson crosses up Jackson, and the floater good. Nasir Johnson, 5 out of 8. It feels like he hasn't missed at all. But we're tied at 36.
It's crazy because, yes, it feels like he hasn't missed, but it also feels like he hasn't really shot and scored that much. That's how good of a playmaker he is.
3 ball from Gray. That's going to miss off to the right, no good, and a chance for the Battle of Bishops to take the lead. Johnson feeds up ahead to Jones, back to Johnson, now to Burton. Burton, contested shot. I think Howard got a finger on it, but Cox able to regain things for the Bishops. There's a 3 ball from Jones, and it's drained. 39-36, North Carolina Wesleyan, their largest lead of the game now at 3 points. Tells you how tight this game has been that neither team has had more than a 5-point advantage today. Gray in the lane, spinning at the free throw line, picks up his dribble, finds Vincent now behind the arc. Now up top to Gray, 10 seconds on the clock. Lob play down to Howard. Howard kicks it out to Gray again. 3 ball, give it to him, rattles home Will Gray. Third 3 today for Gray, and it's 39 all.
Both of the guards shooting good from beyond the arc. Will Gray, 2 of 3. DJ Jackson, 3 of 6. Not something we normally see with their games, but they're showing it today.
Jones pulls up another 3. He's feeling it in the second half. James Jones has hit his second of the game. He's got 10 points, and it's 42-39. Roberts hands off to Vincent. He'll pull up from downtown. Give it to him. It is a 3-point clinic here at Haynes Gym. Tied at 42, and maybe that'll get Vincent going. Jones up top to Johnson. Now to Smith. Smith's picked up his dribble, finds Burton there. Burton left-hand side of the lane. Goes up, and that was, I think Jackson might have got a hand on it from behind, but the shot's still good there for Justin Burton. 44-42 in favor of the visitors. Vincent throws up top to Jackson, now to Gray. Deep 3, Will Gray. That's no good. And Jeremiah Howard's going to be called for the foul. He got tangled up there with Burden, and he's going to get called for a push.
Love the sorry.
I was just going to say first personal for Jeremiah, and you hate to see it because it was incidental contact, but at least it was his first.
Yeah, but first. Sorry, now I lost my train of thought.
That's my fault. I should have let you
go. You're good. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely forgot my train of thought.
16:30 to go in the second half. Johnson with it deep in the right wing. Getting a little space there from Roberts. Now pulls back on the baseline and good again. You would talk about shot creation, the fact that Greensboro's got some good ones. Johnson might be one of the best.
Yeah, Johnson, very impressive mid-range game so far in this one.
4-point lead for the Bishops, their largest now. Up top to Gray, now to Jackson. Jackson deep in the right wing. Throws to Gray. Gray thought about a 3, now works inside. Scoop, roll, score. Will Gray had to wait a little bit on that one, but he gets it to go. Pride trail by 2. Smith through a double team, passes to Burden. Burden slings it on the baseline to Cox. Tough shot there and a foul. And Vincent's going to be called for the foul. That'll be Dwight's third personal. And it's team foul number 2. And that will take us to the under 16. Interesting start to the second half. Wesleyan leads at 46-44 on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. Welcome home. To Greensboro College. Welcome home. To Greensboro College.
Quick check from Winston-Salem. Kinsley Stewart has caught fire. Greensboro leads it now 39-30 over Salem with 4 minutes to go before halftime. Back here at Haynes Gym, Greensboro trailing North Carolina Wesleyan 46-44 on the men's side of things. As we have seen both teams all of a sudden get hot from three-point range, Greensboro and Wesleyan have both hit 2 threes in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think something that is very impressive is the confidence of the Pride shooting the 3 ball. We didn't see it a lot last game, and I think what Coach McDuffie told them, just be confident, go out there, put them up. They'll start to fall, and they definitely are.
Free throws coming here for DJ Cox. It'll be his first free throw attempts of the game. First free throw good. Seven threes for Greensboro, ties the most they've had since January 14th against Southern Virginia. Second free throw good. It's an 8-point Battle in Bishop's lead. Last time Greensboro had double digits in threes. You have to go back to the Lynchburg game on December 17th. Jackson had a wide open 3 in Dwight Vincent, didn't see him, goes to the lane, and the foul called on Cox, so DJ goes to the line. Dwight was hollering for that ball, but DJ either didn't see him or thought he had a better opportunity.
Yeah, well, we know DJ Jackson going to the line. Normally, great free throw shooter. Hopefully I don't jinx him as I normally do, but
free throw good for DJ. He was tied with Will Gray with a team and game high of 13 points, but breaks the tie there with his first free throw of the game. Second one from Jackson is also good, and Greensboro cuts the deficit to 2. It's 48-46. Rashad Smith sends this back to Cox, now to Jones as they work around the perimeter. Jones to Burden. Burden working on Bowling, trying to back Quan down. Turns, spins, shot's no good. Rebound goes to Gray. He's going to be fouled there by DJ Cox. Ball was loose in the lane, and Cox will pick up his third personal foul, team's second. Vincent up top to Bowling. Bowling hands it off to Jackson. Jackson straight on, looking at Burden. Steps 1 foot inside the arc, shot no good, and Johnson comes away with the rebound. Nasir Johnson up ahead, works on Gray, and Gray pokes the ball out as Johnson works the right-hand side of the lane, goes out of bounds, last touched by Will Gray. 14:36 to go. Smith inbounds it to Gilbert. And Gilbert called for the travel. Just the 4th turnover for Wesleyan.
he knew right as he took that step, turned around, knew it was a travel.
Will Gray crossing the timeline. Jackson to Bowling. Bowling looking for help, finds Will Gray. Was hacked there by Burton. Kicks it out. Roberts three, no good. Loose ball taken by Smith. Smith has it poked aside by Jackson. Last touch by DJ, and it remains Wesleyan ball. Rashad Smith crosses the timeline, gives it to Johnson, now up top to Burden. Down low to Gilbert. Gilbert trying to back down Bowling. Tough shot, no good. Loose ball, Roberts with the rebound.
Good interior defense by the freshman Bowling there, not letting him back him down.
Tough shot, Jackson, left-hand side of the lane. He's fouled by Johnson. Nasir Johnson picks up his second, and DJ again goes to the line with a chance to tie. Greensboro 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Both of these teams, at least in terms of team average, is free throw good, are okay but not great at the free throw line, I think would be the best way to describe that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just above 70% for both. DJ, though, in the low 80s. He's 2 of 2 there. He's 100% today as we're tied at 48. Jones, wide open, Burden, two-hand slam. Justin Burden snuck in behind the defense. Nobody saw him.
Burden kind of using an unintentional off-ball screen there. Got Roberts mixed up in the tangle over there. Wide open dunk.
Will Gray with it in the right wing, now driving middle of the lane, goes with the left hand. Oh, wow, what a finish, Will Gray. Will Gray says, you don't have to forget about the freshman, just don't forget about me. Another cut, Johnson with the lay-in. Brevard all over again for the Pride. Wesleyan up by 2 now. DJ pulls up, mid-range jumper, no good. Loose ball in the lane, goes to Jones. Jones on the run. Slings it over to Burden. Burden cutting, looking for Jones, but instead finds Vincent. Long feed up ahead to Gray. Will Gray in the lane, spin move, tries to finish it. Vincent tries to pick it up and put it back in. He's fouled. Dwight Vincent will go to the line.
One thing I always love to say about these guards, they're going to go up and try to get those hustle rebounds, those hustle points. Dwight Vincent taking after his junior counterpart, DJ Jackson. He always loves to go up for those hustle boards, and he'll get a trip to the line.
Dwight Vincent, 81% from the free throw line. Hits the first. Greensboro trails by 1. This game still very much in doubt. Jay Sean, something that we haven't talked about, that I talked about with Stephen Whitenhouse in the pregame show. Greensboro has not beaten North Carolina Wesleyan at home since 2014. It has been 10 home games since the Pride have beaten the Battling Bishops here at Haynes Gym.
Yeah, I saw that in the program, and I was very surprised, and I think that this game right here is a huge chance to break that streak.
Smith being bothered by Will Gray, now by Vincent, throws it across to Gilbert, now to the far side, Bolden. Omari Bolden, bounce pass to Gilbert. Gilbert through a double team, a foul called. It's going to be on Roberts. Ryan Roberts picking up just his first personal. DJ Cox has 3 fouls. Dwight Vincent has 3 fouls. Other than that, nobody in trouble as we're 12:20 to go in the game. Tied at 52. Gilbert up top for the Battling Bishops, 16 on the shot clock. Johnson pulls up just outside the lane to the near side, and another jumper good for Nasir Johnson.
Just an impressive take there from Johnson. Stop mid-range, get him a 2 to go. Very impressive.
Kicks this over to the near corner. Vincent, 3-ball, give it to him. Dwight Vincent has 10. He's hit 2 threes today, and Greensboro goes back up by 1.
Vincent, a 45% three-point shooter. Second in the conference is Will Gray with a steal. He'll take it on the break.
Yeah, takes off left-hand side. He lost it on the gather. Do you think Jones touched it? I don't know that Jones touched it.
You're going to say that's staying with the Pride?
Well, we'll clear that up here at the timeout. 11:39 to go. Greensboro leading by 1. The officials are going to converse. We'll do the same here on the break on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
11:39 to go. And Greensboro does keep possession. They're going to say that Jones touched it as Will Gray was going up for the jam. Here's a three from Roberts, no good. Bowling trying to fight for a rebound. It's going to be a foul called on Quan, saying I guess he reached over the back of the defender there.
And for Quan, that's going to be his third, I believe.
No, that's his fourth.
Yeah, I believe that's his fourth early on in this second. Not good early on for the freshman.
Johnson to Gilbert. Gilbert will throw an shoulder into Quan. Bowling's going to pick up the foul, and that should be the end of his day. So Bowling is done after 11 minutes today, and that'll bring in Jalen Thorns. Greensboro's committed 5 as a team in the second half. Lob goes out to Thorns, Gilbert rather. There's a whistle. If Thorns had been watching the ball, he would have made a steal there. But now Thorns going to be called for the foul immediately after entering the game, and that'll be his first. Fouls starting to add up here as we reach midway through half number 2. Marquand Gilbert, 64% from the free throw line this year, hits the free throw. And the lead is 2. For the Bishops. Vincent gives it to Thorns. Thorns started to drive, didn't have a clean handle on the ball, so backs out of it. Greensboro passing around the perimeter. It's Jackson right now. DJ Jackson, 1 foot inside the arc and drains it again.
Love that take from DJ Jackson there. Battle of the conference, 2 best scorers. DJ Jackson gets the best of him here. As we'll see going forward, they might have switched Nasir Johnson onto guarding DJ Jackson for the rest of this half.
DJ has 19, Nasir has 16, and there's 2 more for Rashad Smith, who's got 11, as the Bishops will go up 59-57. Missed shot there for the Pride. Bolden to Johnson now, back to Bolden. Bolden bounce pass to Johnson, working on Jackson. The fader no good off the back iron. Roberts with the board. 5 seconds to the midway point of half number 2. Greensboro trails by 2. It's Will Gray in the left corner. Gray now working his way to the lane, kicks it out to Jackson. Looking for Vincent. There's a 3. That's no good off the side iron, but Vincent there to pick up his own miss on the baseline. Out to Jackson, now up to Will Gray. Greensboro resets. Gray jogging right. Shot clock at 10. There's Roberts. Roberts gives it to Vincent. Vincent had it, lost it, and it's Bolden on the steal. Bolden almost had it poked away by Vincent, now almost poked away by Gray. They kick it over to Jones. 3 ball. That's off the back iron, no good. Will Gray on the run. Gray, nice move in the lane and blocked by Jones. Loose ball goes the other way. Johnson, the outlet pass to Smith, and he'll lay it in. Greensboro just playing a little out of control right now, and they trail by 4.
Very aggressive defensively, looking for those steals to get out on the break. Goes against them there.
Jalen Thorns with it. Picks up his dribble, finds Gray. Gray with the left hand in the lane. He's fouled. Oh, what a shot! Will Gray, the and one. It was just a desperation heave, I think, is the best way I can describe that, and he got it to go.
Yeah, made it in. Will Gray, we know how great of a facilitator is, as Jeremiah Howard checks in the game for Jalen Thorns. But Will Gray, when he can get to the rim, he's going to get fouled a lot, and most of the time he's going to make them.
Gray today, 17 points. He's 2 of 2 from the line. He's 2 of 3 now, as the shot's no good. Johnson with the rebound. So Greensboro trails by a pair. Smith to Bolden the other way. Now to Gilbert on the baseline. Double team there, so they go back around the perimeter. Jones up top to Smith. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now to Johnson. Thought about a three. Now works inside. Kicks it out to Jones for three. That's no good. Off the front of the rim. Offensive board, Gilbert. Gilbert is stripped by Gray. And I think Gray just now realized the foul was called on him. That'll be his first personal. Free throws the rest of the way for the Battling Bishops now.
Yeah, that'll push the Battling Bishops into the bonus. They got 1-1 coming up. Not so good early on here, just about midway through the second half.
Gilbert 2 of 3 from the line. He's got 8 points. Now he's got 9. (62-59) your score. Second free throw, no good. That one swatted high in the air by Gray, goes to Roberts. And Greensboro with possession now as we approach the 8-minute mark. Nigel Chivers is checked back in. That pass intended for Howard, a foul called. And it's going to be on Gilbert, which will be the 6th on the Battling Bishops. It'll be Gilbert's 2nd. So they are 1 away from sending Greensboro back to the line. Chivers looking for help on the inbound. Finds Howard. Howard is bumped by Gilbert, so Gilbert's going to pick up 2 fouls in about 10 seconds of game time. And Jeremiah Howard will go to the line.
More commonly, bigs, forwards, not as great of free throw shooters, but Jeremiah Howard, just around 70% free throw shooter. Very valuable if you have a big that can shoot the free throw, as I jinx him.
Howard misses the free throw. Smith on the rebound. Still a 3-point game. Until a cutting Johnson makes it a 5-point game. Largest lead of the game for the Battling Bishops, 64-59. Well, they must have watched the tape from Thursday night. They saw what Brevard did so successfully against the Pride. DJ Jackson up top, gives it to Gray, throws it down low to Howard. Howard has it poked aside. Good steal there by Smith, and another turnover committed by the Pride. There's a 3 from Bolden. That's no good. Finish attempt there from Gilbert. Too strong. Ball is on the baseline. Saved there by DJ Cox. And the Battling Bishops with another possession. Johnson straight on 3. That's good. Well, all of a sudden, Battling Bishops heating up, and Greensboro's needing to have a moment to talk this one over. 7:09. You don't want this one to get out of hand. 67-59 Wesleyan on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one pride, and these are our stories.
7:09 to play. Jay Sean, if you're in that huddle right there for Greensboro, what are you telling your guys?
I think you just need to stack a few stops, get out on the break. You need free points. You're seeing Wesleyan do it. They're getting steals. They're going out fast. Transition 3 attempts, offensive rebounds. You got to crash the boards as well.
Turnover battle, 11-6 now. The Pride have committed double figures in turnovers yet again. Chivers with it, throws it to Gray. Up top to Jackson again. No Jeremiah Howard in the lineup. Gray to Jalen Thorne. 7 on the shot clock. Down low to Roberts, but it's intercepted by Smith. Smith, the give, the jam by Justin Burden. It's a 10-point game. Greensboro is in jeopardy of this one getting away in a hurry. Chivers on the baseline, pulls up, jumper high off the side iron, no good. Johnson soars for the rebound, and Wesleyan trying to put a stamp on this one here. 6 minutes to go. Still not over, but Greensboro's got to start tightening things up. Johnson has it stripped away. That's a good way to start. Here comes Will Gray racing into the front court, soars to the lane, no good. Roberts with the rebound, but there's a foul called first. Foul's going to be on Justin Burden, which will be his second. Well, it's a plus that Greensboro is in the bonus now, because now you're going to have to start taking these free points. And Coach McDuffie is going to burn another timeout. We'll keep it here, but we'll take a look at what else is going on around the conference right now. We mentioned that William Peace defeated Mary Baldwin earlier today, 71-56. Elsewhere, just past midway through half number 2, Southern Virginia is leading Pfeiffer by a score of 62-50. Jude Ballstedt with 19 points to lead the Knights in that contest. And then I'll tell you what, Methodist is making a comeback. It's 60-54 in favor of Brevard, but the Monarchs are not giving up easily. 10 minutes to go in that game. 15 points for Jaden Carnes to lead all players. And we check in on Greensboro College women. They are leading at halftime 47-34 thanks to 12 points from Kinsley Stewart and 8 points from Ari Ingram. Things looking good over in Winston for Coach Fernandez. A slow start, but the Pride getting it done ever since.
Yeah, good quick turnaround. Big game here against Salem. You take that win, another conference win. Continue the momentum going into conference championship week.
Taking a look at the women's standings here. It's a 10-team conference on the women's side of things, and means the top 8 will make the tournament. Greensboro is currently sitting in the number 7 spot, 3-8 in conference play, 6-12 overall. So, it's kind of a big gap. You're not going to catch some of the top teams, but if you take care of business against Baldwin, which they already swept, you take care of Meredith, which they've won that game. And then they have 2 games here against Salem, so Greensboro could firmly establish themselves probably as most likely a 6 or 7 seed in the women's side. Free throw from Gray is good. Will Gray has 18 points today. Second one coming, and good. Here's a fun number for you as far as the women's team, Jay Sean. They have played 44 seasons of competition basketball in the USA South, as Will Gray is called for the foul. They have made the USA South tournament 44 times.
Wow, I mean, that's just a testament of a good program right there. Always making the tournament, never missing it out. Kind of just tells you the type of program that's run over here.
And you think about last year, too. It was a tough year, but they won the games they needed to win to get into the tournament.
Exactly. Tough year, but did what they could.
Smith's free throw is good. On the other end, he's got 14. There are 4 players for the Battle and Bishops in double figures, 3 for Greensboro. Nasir Johnson, the game-high scorer with 21 points. Second free throw good. It's another 10-point game. Will Gray and DJ Jackson both with 19 to lead the Pride. Vincent up top to Jackson. Now to Gray. Pride are going to need to go on a bit of a run here over the final 5:35. Vincent picks up the dribble up top to Roberts, gives it to Vincent. Vincent thought about a deep three, now gives it to Jackson. 6 on the clock. Jackson kicks it out. 3-ball Chivers. That's no good. Loose rebound there taken by Burton. Burton gives it to Smith.
It's going to be a huge defensive possession here for the Pride. If you can come out with a stop, make it a single-digit game, set yourself up for a much easier comeback in the last 5 minutes.
Look at the shot percentages in the second half. 63% for Wesleyan, 35% for Greensboro. And Chivers is going to be called for a foul. He says he was pushed. And his argument is going to fall on deaf ears. So Chivers picks up his first personal foul, and Smith will go to the line for the Battle in Bishops. See the frustration on Chivers' face. Was talking to himself there. The side of the lane as the first free throw is good. It's now an 11-point game. Still time to get a run in, obviously. 5:04 to go. Second free throw good, 73-61. Will Gray kicks it over to Jackson. Jackson left-hand side of the lane. He is stripped of the ball, but a foul is going to be called left-hand side of the lane. It's going to be Johnson. Nasir Johnson will pick up his third, and DJ goes to the line.
DJ perfect from the stripe so far in this one, 4-4.
It's one place Greensboro has been successful today, 10 of 14. Free throw from Jackson good. Unfortunately for the Pride, so too of the Battle in Bishops. They're 11 of 13 from the line. Neither team leaving a whole lot on the floor at the free throw line. This to make it back to a 10-point deficit for the Pride, and Jackson converts both free throws to give himself 21 points. And Greensboro starting to press a little bit. Smith calling the shots on the logo, gives it to Bolden. Up top to Cox, now over to Smith. And a travel called on Smith. Rashad Smith with his second turnover of the game. Vincent up top to Jackson. Jackson tripped up as he goes past the free throw line. Foul's going to be called on Amari Bolden, and that's going to be his second personal. And again, DJ Jackson goes to the line.
Love to see the full court pressure there from the Pride. If you want to come back from this 10-point deficit, you're going to have to force some turnovers.
First free throw from DJ good. Jackson is 7 of 7 with 22 points. The junior guard eyes the mark and misses the second free throw. Burden comes down with the rebound, and it's a 9-point game. You need something to get Haynes Gym back into it again. They've gone quiet since really the midway point of the half.
Very well attended game here too.
Yeah.
In Haynes Gym on a Saturday afternoon.
Long feed in the corner. Bolden trying to work on Vincent. Shot's no good. Put back from Cox rather is good. He's got 4, and it's an 11-point game. Chivers to Gray. Gray again driving left hand. Bounce pass to Jackson. Jackson easy layup. Slicing through the defense. And it's 75-66.
Wesleyan going to look to take a lot of time off the clock in their possessions. As a foul is called on Chivers there. Wesleyan, as I said, they're going to look to take a lot of time off their possessions and milk this clock.
Second on Chivers, and that will take us to our under 4 timeout. Greensboro's got to draw something up in this huddle to make something happen. Down by 9, 3:36 to go on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 3:36 to go. And free throws coming for the Bishops here. Up by 9 already. Rashad Smith will be the one shooting the free throws. He's 4 of 4. The Bishops are 8 of 9 in the second half. Make that 9 of 10. As he makes the first free throw to make it a 10-point game. Smith eyes the mark. Free throw number 2 is good. 77-66. Will Gray gives it to Chivers in the right wing. Chivers up top to Vincent, kicking it around the corner to Gray. Gray back out to Chivers, 3 ball. Give it to him. Nigel Chivers for 3. You know, Jay Sean, I was just about to say, after the Pride hit early, they kind of went away from that 3.
That's a big 3 right there. You've got an 8-point game on your hands. It's not totally out of reach yet. It starts with a stop on this possession, though.
Burden to Smith. Now down low, back to Burden. He's got Roberts on him. Spin move, lost the handle. Now kicks this out to Smith. Vincent had a hand on it. Smith now in the lane, splitting through a couple defenders. Too strong on the rim. That ball goes out of bounds. Greensboro ball. Great job there for Ryan Roberts underneath the basket. There were others under there too. Ryan Roberts, though, making sure that the Pride ended up with possession there. And good hustle by Vincent on the outside to almost force a steal. Pride working the perimeter right now. Jackson needing help almost to travel there. That pivot foot just almost scooted too far. Vincent slides out to Gray. Gray now driving with the left hand. That's poked away by Smith. And another turnover. 2:20 to play. Wesleyan, like you said, starting to drain a little bit of time here. Cox with the ball outside. Shot clock down to 10. It's Johnson with it. He sees the shot clock. Works on Gray now, just inside the lane. The fader off the side iron, no good. Roberts with the board, kicks it out to Chivers. Now to Gray. Gray on the run, left-hand lane, side of the lane. Shot's no good. I don't think they're going to count the shot was good. I don't think they're going to count it.
Yeah, they're going to get that one on the floor there.
Yeah, so 2 shots there for Gray. Yeah, because he jumped, was fouled in the air, and then landed again before actually releasing the ball. So the foul is called on Johnson. That's his 4th.
Wait, are they counting the basket?
Oh, I guess they did. So a 3-point play there for Will Gray. The official didn't signal that the basket counted,
Yeah,
but
I think that might be a scoreboard error. Then again, he did only shoot 1 shot.
He did. So there's a foul on Dwight Vincent, which is his 4th. So, yeah, 3-point play for Gray. It's a 5-point game. Free throws coming here for Wesleyan, though. It's going to be Rashad Smith, who's 6 of 6 from the line. First free throw coming from Smith, and it's good. So even if he makes both here, a 7-point game, a little more doable here for the Pride. Right now it's a 6-point game, second free throw coming.
Still manageable deficit, not completely out of reach yet.
Wesleyan 10 of 11 from the free throw line this half. Check that, 11 of 12. Here comes the second free throw. In and out. Second one, no good. Little grease on the rim there. Greensboro down by 6, 90 seconds to play. Jackson kicks it out to Vincent. Vincent, 3-ball, too strong. Falling into the waiting arms, though, of Chivers, who's fouled by Bolden. Bolden picks up his 3rd. Nigel Chivers goes to the line. Chivers today with 8 points, coming off a career-high night on Thursday. His free throw is good.
Chivers, as you mentioned, kind of stepping into a bigger role here. Q Ingram sitting on the bench today. And I think Chivers stepped in, and he's done a great job so far, especially in these last 2 games.
Second free throw rims out, no good. Ball taken there by Cox, and a foul called on Will Gray, which will be Will's third. So it's a 5-point game, and DJ Cox goes to the line. He is a 68% shooter, 2 of 2 today. And the first free throw, no good. 5-point game, second free throw coming, 82 seconds left. Greensboro trying to win their first game at home against Wesleyan since 2014. Is today the day? Still some work to be done. Free throw good. Pride trail by 6. Chivers with it. Now up top to Jackson. Slings it across to Gray. Gray working around a screen from Roberts. Now a double team. Kicks it out to Roberts. Thought about a three. Now slings it out to Gray instead. 3-ball. That's no good off the side iron. And Gray saves it and slams it off of Gilbert. But they're going to say that it's going to be Wesleyan ball. I don't think Gray did it in time.
They said he did it in time, but the Wesleyan player threw it back at Gray, who was standing out of bounds.
Good eyes there, Jay Sean.
That's why they gave the ball to Wesleyan there.
So the Pride with the press now. And a turnover, almost. Smith will save it, fouled by Jackson. Oh, if Greensboro could have gotten to that errant pass, they would have been sitting pretty. But instead, a foul called on Jackson, which will be just his second, so he's in a good spot. 1 minute to go. Free throws coming the other way. It's Smith. Rashad Smith, 7 out of 8 from the free throw line. Free throw from Smith is good. 7-point game. Second free throw coming. And good. 81-73. A combined 25 fouls in the second half, Jay Sean. 12 for Wesleyan and 13 for Greensboro. Jackson, the floater in the lane. Shot's no good.
As you were saying, though, Wesleyan sent to the line for 16 free throws total. They've gotten 13 of them to drop. They're taking advantage of the 3 points.
Rashad Smith picking up the foul. That'll be his third. Jackson to the line. Jackson's free throw good. DJ is 8 of 9 today with 25 points. He will leave today still as the leading scorer in the USA South. But probably a little consolation if they're not able to mount the comeback here. 6-point game, 54 seconds left. Chivers trying to steal, could not, and draws the foul. Nigel Chivers, his third foul. That'll send Nasir Johnson to the line. And I'll tell you what, this is an interesting situation here. You talk about how good Nasir Johnson has been this year. He's not strong at the free throw line, a 67% free throw shooter this year.
That's very interesting, him being such a great mid-range shooter that not the highest free throw shooter.
Hits the first, though, to make it a 7-point game with 52 seconds left.
As you were saying, though, Nasir Johnson, 10 of 15 from the field. He's got 23 in total now. Just some of the cleanest 23 points I've seen.
Agreed.
Just great field goal percentage. Gets the shots to go, mid-range shots, difficult shots. Very impressive.
It is an 8-point game as Johnson makes both free throws. Jackson kicks this one to Gray. Gray drives right-hand side in the jam. Will Gray. And now Greensboro's got to play defense. You enjoy the dunk for a moment, but still work to be done as Chivers will foul Smith. Back to a 6-point game with 42 seconds remaining. For Chivers, that'll be his fourth. You know, you kind of don't get a chance to enjoy that Gray dunk because it comes in a situation where that doesn't get the job done. It looked good, but still some work to do with 42 seconds left.
And Smith's first free throw is good.
For sure, highlight reel worthy there. Going up top, but still down just about 7 with 42 seconds to go.
This is the 20th free throw attempted by Wesleyan this half. That one's missed, and they send it out to Gray. Gray in the lane lays this one in, 84-79. 5-point game, 36 seconds left. And immediately, Johnson is fouled by Vincent. Vincent will pick up his 5th. He'll be done. And Jalen Thorns is checking back in. You know, looking down on the bench, I don't even see Jeremiah Howard, so I think it might have been perhaps he tweaked something.
Oh, I see him.
Oh, you see him?
Yep.
Okay. First free throw coming here is good. Johnson is 3 of 3 from the line. It's a 6-point game. Miss here would be big for Greensboro, but it is not to be. Free throw is good, so 7-point game now, 86-79. Chivers racing into the front court, 33 seconds left. Kicks this one over to Gray. Gray working left-hand side out to Roberts. Roberts a wide open 3 from the corner, in and out and in. Ryan Roberts for 3 makes it a 4-point game. 86-82. Greensboro still needs a stop here. And again, a foul on Chivers on Simmons, or on Johnson rather. And so now Nigel Chivers will foul out. And again, Nasir Johnson will go to the free throw line. Shamari Johnson going to see his first action in a while for the Pride as he checks in as Chivers fouls out. I think this is the 3rd game this year Greensboro's had 3 players foul out. Free throw coming here from Johnson. It's good. 5-point game. Second free throw. Off the front iron, no good. 5-point game. I tell you, I think Ryan Roberts is good for 1 clutch 3 a game. you can bank on it. Shamari Johnson in the lane, easy layup and good. Greensboro trails by 3 now. Smith is fouled by Shamari Johnson with 13.7 left. Well, not over yet, but 2 big free throws coming.
There's a 3-point game. 2 missed free throws, still keeps it in reach.
Problem is, today Rashad Smith is 10 of 12. $13.7 left on the clock. Rashad Smith for the free throw. It's good. 4-point game now. Smith takes a deep breath. Second free throw, good. 85-84. Press coming here for Wesleyan. Johnson to Jackson. They got to hurry. Long feed up ahead to Roberts. He'll turn, fire a 3. That's no good. Rebound taken there by Cox. And a foul called on Gray. That'll be his 3rd, but with under 5 seconds left, I don't know if Greensboro has enough magic or time to pull this one out today.
Just about out of reach, but I want to talk about the battle that we just saw between the 2 top scorers in the conference. Nasir Johnson, 10 of 15 from the field, 26 points. Just a great, calm 26 points, from him. And we get the same from both Will Gray and DJ Jackson. Of course, DJ Jackson, the leading scorer in the conference, as first free throw rolls in. But, I mean, DJ Jackson, come on, he gets his 3-point game going, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, adds a completely different facet to his game, makes him a lot more dangerous.
So you're saying unless Jackson hits here in the last 5 seconds since the free throw is good, the battle between the top 2 scorers is going to end in a tie. Now I'm disappointed. 91-84. Jackson to Thorns. Thorns tees up a deep 3, no good. And that'll do it. It was a good battle today, but one run in the second half sealed the fate of Greensboro, and North Carolina Wesleyan extends their streak of victories here at Haynes Gym now to 11 straight games, as Greensboro will have to wait till next year to try to win at their home court. against the Battle in Bishops. Final score today, 91-84. We'll step aside and we'll break it all down to the postgame show when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Welcome into the postgame show. Greensboro College falling today to North Carolina Wesleyan, 91-84, the final score, despite 26-point performances for both Will Gray and DJ Jackson. And Jay Sean, I hate to beat a dead horse here, but we were kind of talking about it and say you take out that one run and Greensboro's right in it.
Yeah, no, they were in this game the entire time against a great, dangerous Wesleyan team. I'm sure there'll be another chance to see them possibly in the postseason. But as you said, just eliminate that one run. And this is a close game. This is a game that's a very winnable game. But besides that, we saw some good things. We saw some bad things. But very competitive, aggressive game.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, one good thing, too, and you know, you hate scoreboard watching during a loss especially, but the teams ahead of Greensboro, immediately ahead, which is Methodist, and immediately behind, which is Baldwin, both lost today as well. So Greensboro doesn't gain any ground, but they don't lose any ground today either.
Yeah, that's always key, especially down the stretch. Yeah, you may lose, but as you said, you don't want to scoreboard watch, but sometimes, you know, you do. You don't lose any ground. Yes, it is a loss, but it's not as bad as a loss as you could have imagined.
Well, and especially now that you look at it, there's 5 games left in the regular season. You know, where is the time gone for a lot of these teams? So for Greensboro here, feeling good about your spot, but again, not comfortably good, but good enough to be there. But for the Pride, obviously some things to clean up today. We still saw some issues with the defense, especially with when Wesleyan had that cut going on. But just kind of things we saw today. Obviously, no Jeremiah Howard for large chunks of today's game. Could be schematics, could be injury, who knows. But what did you see today that Greensboro needs to try to clean up on for Monday?
Yeah, I think Coach McDuffie kind of went with, as you said, schematically and kind of went to match the small ball lineup that Wesleyan likes to run. We didn't see much Jeremiah Howard. We did see Ryan Roberts, the forward. He's pretty good at running the floor, passing it up. But I think as a whole, when you don't have your biggest interior force in the paint, it's going to be hard for a defense to adjust. And you're pretty much playing a completely different brand of basketball when you're forced, as you saw Wesleyan was doing, really getting them 5 out, really spreading them out, getting to Johnson his chance to get his shots up. It's very difficult to adjust from having a lot of help down low to really having to lock in on your one matchup.
And, you know, funny that I think about this game from an offensive standpoint for Greensboro, and I would say, all things considered, I didn't see a whole lot that Greensboro needed to quote-unquote fix offensively, save for one thing, and that was the turnovers. But I thought shot selection pretty good today. They hit from downtown today, which they haven't done in a while. DJ's mid-range game on point as always, but really you take out the turnovers, and I thought offensively this was a pretty complete game.
Yeah, I thought getting the three-point game was important, not in terms of just this game, but going forward. You said 5 games left, 5 conference games left. If you can add the 3-point to a team, as you saw, struggled against Brevard with the 3-point, but still came out on top. You add the facilitating, the playmaking abilities of your guards, DJ Jackson and Will Gray, with 3-point games from both of them, Will Gray and DJ Jackson. It makes it hard for teams.
Man, if you could combine those two.
It makes it hard for teams to match up.
Absolutely. Hey, look at the schedule here, Jay Sean, going forward. On the road on Monday at William Peace. At home against Mary Baldwin, who's right behind you in the standings. Road games against Pfeiffer and Brevard. Pfeiffer, the number 2 team in the conference right now. Brevard, we saw they're going to give you a battle. Those both are on the road. And then you finish things up at home on the 21st against Methodist. So looking at those 5 games, predict how do they finish out those 5 games?
Yeah, I think that Pfeiffer game is going to be tough. Doug Smith, one of the best bigs in this conference. I think that might be one that they might drop, but you said it was William Peace through – okay, yeah. Got to at least split them. If you can take at least 3 – or you said it was 5 games left?
Yeah, so I think 3 and 2 is possible. I think 2 and 3 is probably okay. I think you've got to go 3 and 2 to feel comfortable.
Yeah, you've got to take 3. You've got to take the one against Mary Baldwin.
Yep.
And you've definitely got to take the one against Brevard, Those games against Methodist and Pfeiffer, those are going to be toss-ups. That William Peace game is going to be pretty much make or break.
I agree, absolutely. Well, Jay Sean, thank you as always, and go enjoy your next couple of days off. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, well, we'll step aside. We'll wrap up the postgame show when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Back inside Haynes Gym, Greensboro College falling to North Carolina Wesleyan today. Final score is 91-84. Let's take another swing around the conference really quickly. As we look at the men's side of things, Mary Baldwin falling to William Peace today. 4 Pacers in double figures, 71-56 the final score in that contest. Sean Jones pacing the Pacers with 15 points in that one. A 20-point game for Mary Baldwin. Forward Ronnie Hogarth, 20 points on 9 of 19 shooting today. Also a final score, Pfeiffer comes back to beat SVU in a thriller, 71-69 the final score in that one. And Pfeiffer, with the win, will move into a tie with Southern Virginia at the top of the conference at 8-2. I don't know the tiebreaker situation there, but things just got really interesting today in Buena Vista. 19 points today from Clayton Robinson to lead the way for the Falcons, while Jude Ballstead, 22 points, the game-high scorer. But Pfeiffer will rally from a 44-32 second half deficit, or halftime deficit, to come back and win. In Brevard, final score, Brevard winning it 85-74 over Methodist. 19 points for Jaden Carnes today to lead the Tornadoes as they get back in the winning track. And for Brevard today, you look at where that puts them conference-wise. That is their second win in conference play. And with William Peace winning today as well, they will maintain their position in the bottom two spots in the conference. Peace will be 2-7. Brevard will be 2-8. Mary Baldwin 3-7. Greensboro falls to 4-5. Methodist falls to 5-5. Wesleyan goes to 7-3. Pfeiffer and SVU are now both 8-2. On the women's side of things, they've got a little under 7 minutes to go in that one, so we'll give you another update on that as we wrap things up. Things have gotten interesting. A big third quarter for Salem, and Greensboro's lead has been cut down to 5, 63-58. Kinsley Stewart with 16 points, still leading the Pride. Hester, though, has 16 points for Salem, and so, again, that game with 6:55 to go, and we'll give you one more update on that before we go off the air. We'll step aside and we'll give you final stats and wrap things up here from Haynes Gym here on this Saturday afternoon when we come back. Greensboro falling 91-84 here against North Carolina Wesleyan. Wrapping up the postgame show next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Tying up the loose ends here on the Pride postgame show. Greensboro College falling today to North Carolina Wesleyan, 91-84, the final score. We take a look now at the numbers for today. For North Carolina Wesleyan, they were led in scoring by Nasir Johnson, the number 2 scorer in the USA South. Put on a clinic today, 26 points on 10 out of 15 shooting, 25 points for Smith, 10 points each for Burton and Jones, 9 points for Gilbert, 7 for Cox, and 4 for Bolden. Rebound leaders today, DJ Cox and Nasir Johnson both with 7, 6 for Smith, 5 for Burton, 2 for Bolden, and 1 each for Jones and Gilbert. Leading in steals today, Smith and Bolden both with 3, Jones with 2, 1 each for Burton and Johnson. And 1 block today was attributed to Jones. As a team, they shot 51% from the floor. That's 30 out of 57. They were 4 of 12 from 3 and 27 of 33 from the free throw line. That's 81%. Comparatively today was the thinnest of margins for Wesleyan. They win the rebound battle 33-32, including a 9 of 8. That was where the difference was on the offensive side, 24 defensive rebounds per side. Those 9 rebounds for Wesleyan turned into 9 second chance points. Greensboro's 8 offensive rebounds led to 13 second chance points. Assists go 15-13 to Wesleyan. Greensboro committed 13 turnovers today. The Battling Bishops committed 8. Bench points go 13 to 11 to the visitors. Blocks 1 per side. Fast break points, North Carolina Wesleyan winning that one 23 to 18. Steals go 10 to 3 to Wesleyan. Points in the paint was where the big difference was in the first half. North Carolina Wesleyan, a big advantage there. They maintained that advantage 17 to 5. Check that 42 to 24. Excuse me. The points in the paint total for North Carolina Wesleyan. So big day for them inside. Greensboro really had no answer in and around the basket, especially that little mid-range jumper. Johnson able to get into the lane and just pull up and swish it from pretty much wherever he stood. Points off turnover 17 to 5 to North Carolina Wesleyan today. Greensboro shot 50% from the floor. That's 28 out of 56. They shot 40% from 3 with 11 made threes. The first time they've hit double digits in three-point range since December the 17th against Lynchburg this year. The Pride 73% from the free throw line. Individually, Will Gray and DJ Jackson led the way with 26 points each. 10 points for Dwight Vincent, 9 for Nigel Chivers, 7 for Ryan Roberts, 4 for Jeremiah Howard, and 2 for Shamari Johnson. Leading rebounder today was Ryan Roberts with 10, 6 for Gray, 4 for Howard, 3 each for Roberts and Vincent, 2 for Chivers, and 1 for Thorns. Leading assister today was Roberts with 5. Will Gray had 4, 2 for Jeremiah Howard, 1 each for Jackson and Zaquan Bowling. 2 steals for Will Gray and 1 for Dwight Vincent. 1 block today attributed to Jeremiah Howard, and it all adds up to a 91-84 North Carolina Wesleyan victory. So what is coming up for us next on the Greensboro College Sports Network, as well as just Greensboro College athletics in general? Well, men's lacrosse about to get things started in T-minus 1 minute on the road at Oglethorpe, beginning our spring season officially. So good luck to Coach Nate Bates and all of our spring sports as they get ready to get their schedules underway. We're back on the air on Monday. Women's basketball right here at Haynes Gym, taking on Methodist at 6 o'clock. Our pregame show beginning at 5:40. Men's basketball will be on the road that day against William Peace. Then on the 11th, everything gets going. It's the ODAC Championships for swimming, men's and women's both, up the road to the Greensboro Aquatics Center. Softball starts their season with a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock against Sweetbriar College. Our pregame show begins at 12:40. Then that evening, a doubleheader with men's and women's basketball. The women hosting North Carolina Wesleyan at 5 with a pregame show at 4:40. Men's basketball against Mary Baldwin. Pregame show 20 minutes before the scheduled tip-off. And there's a lot more coming up. Women's lacrosse getting their season started on Thursday. Men's lacrosse with their first home game on Friday. Baseball as well. We'll give you the full rundown of those a little bit later on in the week. But that'll wrap everything up here for us today as Greensboro College falls 91-84 here against North Carolina Wesleyan. A big thank you to all of our game day staff. As usual, our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Weidenhouse, and my producer and analyst today was Jay Sean Ayala. That'll wrap everything up here from Haynes Gym. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College men's basketball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.